What is up, Next Gen Millionaires? How are you doing this week? I'm Joe Burns. I'm the Money Master, and I'm coming to you outside my house today. It's warming up here, so it's starting to feel nice. So I thought, hey, why not, instead of doing a video in my office, why don't I do one outside? Just enjoy some outside time. So, I mean, tip number one, for anything that you need to do and you need to switch things up, go outside for a little bit. If you can see a little bit of sunshine, shine on the house. I'm standing on the porch. It's really nice. It's not super hot yet. So just kind of a little tip, because I want to talk about that today. So I was having a one-on-one client appointment the other day, and we started talking, and she was like, I have these systems to keep my life in order that help me make things happen. And so we started diving into it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But what I know about systems and what I know about how we interact with our lives, particularly when it comes to money, right? We set systems up, and systems are good. Don't get me wrong, right? When we look at financial systems, we look at budgets, spending plans, P&Ls, things like that, like accounting things. Like, all these things are important, okay? Because they're systems that help keep us organized. So I want to just focus on that for a minute. The systems that keep us organized are really important, right? So we keep a record of what's going on, so we can feel like we're in more control of our finances, right? So we put these systems in place, and the systems are good, okay? So here's what came up, though, during the process of talking to her that I really want to focus on, because this is more my realm. Like, you all know I don't talk about budgets. I don't talk about any of these systems, because there are much smarter people out there than me when it comes to financial systems that help keep you in order and accounting and stuff that I don't talk about, because that's not my expertise. Behavior around money is my expertise, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. And when we look at systems, if we have systems that are in place, the systems that help us stay in order, we start to see hey, these work. And so we'll start to implement them all over our lives, right? We have systems for maybe how we handle our children, how our day goes, if we look at our calendars, how our client appointment goes, how our work days go. We put all these systems in place. Sometimes we get so caught up in the system that even vacations will be planned out, right? And so think about these systems that you have in your life, and think about how they help you. Okay, that's kind of where I want you to start this week. I want you to how do these systems help you? Okay, because they're important. And then after you figure out how they're helping you, right, and maybe you jot down which systems you want and how they help move your life along. Okay, so let's look at how these systems don't help you, right, and what we can do about that. Because even when we look at different things that are implemented even within our countries and lives and governments and things like that, there are systems, but the systems aren't always good. And so back to this one-on-one client, when I was talking to her, she's like, I don't know, the system's not really working out for me. I feel kind of stuck and stagnant. I'm like, well, there we go, right? Because here's what I do know is that systems are good, but the problem is when we hold to the system that's helped us get to where we're at, that's as far as we can go, right? We're not going to go any further. That system helped elevate us to where we're at today, right? And when we lose that innovative drive within the system itself, then what starts to happen is that the results start to stagnate, and they start to become not as potent and powerful because we've grown, right? And if you look at the attitude of growth in my framework, right, there's always the point where we become stagnant in our growth. We need something else to shake it up, some disruption to move forward. So if you look back at this list that you created of your systems that you use, I'm going to challenge you to look and see which ones are kind of starting to stagnate. Which ones aren't getting you the results that you want? Which ones aren't getting you the outcome that you're looking for? Which ones are just holding you in the status quo of right now? Right? Because if you look at that, and if you start to challenge that and innovate those systems, and what will happen is growth will start to happen again. So let's take a look at money. Right? We have systems where we make money, where we manage it, where we've learned to adapt in a way that will help us get to where we're at, right? Which will pay the bills, stay alive. But my question for you is, what happens when you want to go past that? Like, your current system's not going to help support you in a way that's going to be helpful, right? So I know for a lot of you, and you've seen, if you've watched my videos, or if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. But I do have a tool that helps with the meltdowns that occur, right? Meltdowns happen when we're not where we want to be. That's kind of the simplistic view I see of what a meltdown really is. And so I have the Stop the Money Meltdown tool, right? That's a system to help move you into some other state of being when you have meltdowns. Now, here's the deal. You don't just have to have meltdowns to use that system, right? That system's a great system that will allow you to progress and grow the way you want to grow, right? It's also flexible enough that it will allow you to scale that growth as well. Right, because we can always ask ourselves different questions. We always come up with different answers. There's enough fluidity to it that it's not just, hey, follow these 5 steps and then we're going to grow so far and then it's ending. If we're truly honest with ourselves and using that system, then it will continue to push us to do more, to innovate, to find new answers to the same problems that we're having. It will also give us answers to old problems, right, that we may have been working on for a while, or even new problems that show up. So it's a system that I feel is very scalable, because again, if we look back at our lives and look at the systems that we have, are they helping us grow, or are they keeping us where we're at? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be where I'm at today tomorrow. I want to change. I want to grow. I want to expand. And as I do that, I'll need different systems and people in my life to help make that happen. So this week, I just want you to think about that, right? What systems do I have? Which ones are working for me? Which ones are not working? Which are helping me grow? Which ones are keeping me where I'm at? Because if you truly want growth, you're going to want to find those, you're going to want to shake up and disrupt just a little bit. Now, a caution, okay? Just a caution real fast for this. The systems you have in place, right, that you might need to disrupt, to change so you can continue to grow and expand, I'm not saying throw those completely out. You've spent time and energy on those systems. So my question for you on those ones are going to be, what can you do to innovate within that current structure that's going to allow it to be more powerful, more impactful to your life? And if you want help with the money side and how you're feeling about money and all that, again, my Stop the Money Meltdown is a great system and tool to help you handle the meltdowns, whether you realize you're having them or not, handle the frustrations, handle the stress that is coming up in your life around money. Okay? So I'll drop the link below to go download that if you don't have it. If you have it, pull it back out, brush the dust off if you haven't used it a little bit. Dive back in, ask yourself those questions and be like, hey, you know, even on the step where you talk to money, say, hey, money, I got these systems. How can I, like, make it better? Who can I talk to help me increase or improve this system that I want to do? But be honest with yourself, right? We live by these systems all day long. We create the structure. We want some order. We don't want so much chaos in our lives. And as we do that, we've created little routines and things that help us. Well, it's time to up-level those this week, right? It's time to do something a little different, because if you do something different, you're going to have different results. Okay? So if you have questions or comments, I'd love to know in the comments below. Like, drop a comment there and be like, hey, this is how I think the system's helping me. I might need some help, like whatever. Like, I love questions, I love comments. So let me know. Otherwise, have a great week. Think about these systems. Think about, like, really what it's doing for your life and where you want to go next. And, you know, all the ones around money could be helping you, could be hindering you. It's up to you to decide. And then if it's not helping, then find somebody who can help you. Okay? Till next week, we'll see you later. Bye.